Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a spa night chit chat video. Alright, so the first subject I want to talk about is of course James Charles and his apology. If you have no idea what I'm talking about or what I'm about to talk about, I will link my last video down below. I have all the receipts in order laid out for you guys so you can follow along right into today's video. There has been an update, and the update is that James has posted an apology to Marlena and Netflix. So it says here, I regret how I handled things yesterday on Twitter regarding @MarlenaStell and @Netflix. I've apologized to Marlena privately, but I owe her a public apology too, and I'm sorry for undermining her. I acted childishly out of anger, and I shouldn't have blamed her for her participation. He goes on to say, I do not, however, apologize for being passionate about the industry I work in and for wanting my community/followers to be able to make educated decisions based on factual, unbiased information. I look forward to the doc and hope to speak with her soon about our opposing viewpoints. I personally do not think this is an authentic apology. And you know what? I'm happy that he acknowledged that the way he came off towards Marlena was unnecessary. But my issue with this apology is that he follows up his apology with however, which to me is a fancy way of saying but. And then he continues on to basically justify everything he had said and how he had acted. And then he goes in further and still insinuates in some ways that Marlena is going to be, number one, biased, and number two, that she isn't going to be factual in her testimonies, which I think is bullshit. When it comes to documentaries such as these, whether you like the crime ones or maybe paranormal ones or even ones about the beauty industry, where testimonies are concerned when people are being interviewed for different parts of that documentary series, these people are giving their personal experiences on the matter, whatever the matter may be. These are their experiences, their truths, and whether or not you think or believe their truth or believe their experiences are real is irrelevant, because guess what? It's what they went through. So only they can speak on it, you know what I mean? Now keep in mind that we still have no idea what this documentary is even about. The only thing we know for a fact is that Marlena is involved. Now, whether her role in this project is a major role or a minor role still has yet to be seen. But overall, we know that it has something to do with the beauty community and the beauty industry. For all we know, this documentary could be on the beauty industry as a whole and how it's progressed over the years. I mean, if you think about it, YouTube has grown to be a vital part of the beauty industry, especially where marketing is concerned. So if this documentary is in fact about the beauty industry and how it's grown from where it was back in the day to where it is now, it honestly does make sense that people like Marlena, and I'm sure she's not the only one who's been approached because she was one of the first OG YouTubers. I'm fairly certain that we can expect people like Michelle Phan, who is the OG beauty YouTuber, to be featured in this as well. These women went from being influencers themselves, doing the same work that people like James and Thomas Halbert and Tati are doing, to owning their own brands now. And so it makes a lot of sense that they would be approached for this kind of project. And so for James to try to sit there and invalidate Marlena's experiences and knowledge based off of nothing but seemingly jealousy, it absolutely shows that he's got some growing up to do, which we all know. He's young, he's a young kid, he's still learning, but if there's one thing he should focus on more than anything else, it's that attitude. And I understand that he says that he's passionate, and there's nothing wrong with being passionate about the industry, trust me. I've been asked in live streams recently what I think needs to change about the beauty community if things are going to get any better, and my answer has stayed the same the entire time. The number one thing that I think we need to have more of in the community are people like James who have a very obvious passion for the makeup industry, but also for makeup artistry in general. Because as of right now, what I've seen, what we've all seen happen, is videos like Marlena's get brought up and people react to it, more specifically people like James react to it the way they do because their livelihoods were brought into question when that video went up. That's the reason why he got so pissed off. After she made her video, we saw everyone make their own variations of that video, and they talked about their numbers and what they've charged, the most they've made in a sponsored video and things like that. And it's like, it's hilarious to look back on that and see just how mad James was, because he was the main one who was pissed off from that. Now, what's very shady about this entire thing is that Marlena, just the other day, I got the screenshot right here. So it says here, at Marlena Stell, I bet James is the one charging $60,000 for a video, and that's the reason why he's so triggered by your My Truth video. You are a class act, Marlena, handling this unprovoked attack with dignity and poise. She replies, he charges much more than that. Some don't realize CEOs talk to each other too. So yeah, I personally believe that we need more people in this industry who truly are here because they want to be here and it's not because of just the money. People like Sam Ravindall who have admitted that they're only here because of the money, I think they need to find something else to do because I don't know. I think if we had more people who cared more about the industry itself and they had a genuine love and passion for makeup artistry and the industry as a whole, I think those kind of people would have such a positive impact on the industry as a whole. And I feel like we would see such a big shift and a difference as far as the quality of the beauty community platform, as far as YouTube especially, because it's not being overrun by people who only want the money. She said, well, James, you're not even 21 yet, and you don't know this and this and that. I understand that, but you both have your own experiences that would benefit a documentary like this, because she has experiences from the before up until now, and he has all the experiences of what we've had up until recently, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think this was a genuine apology, to be honest. Any apologies that include the words but or however, like I said, however is a fancy way of saying but, let's be honest. You're not apologizing, you're justifying your actions, and with that being said, that's exactly what he tried to do in that second part of the apology. So I think he truly does stand by everything he said. It's how he delivered it that I think he's kind of sorry for. So with that being said, I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you guys going to watch the documentary when it comes out? I know I am, obviously. All right, so next up, we've got Laura Lee making her comeback as of this coming week. Everyone was speculating as to when we'd see her coming back a few weeks ago. People were saying, including myself, maybe she wouldn't be around till maybe like early next year, perhaps. But no, she surprised everyone, made a second apology video, and then released this Snapchat just yesterday.
Hello everybody! So I have a really cool video coming to you guys next week. Hang tight for that. Also, I'm going to be filming some makeup videos this weekend and next week. I have one that I already know I want to film and I've been meaning to film and I'm excited to film it, so I'm going to film that. But let me know like what else you guys want to see in makeup.
So yeah, she's making her comeback as of this week, starting with a video, and then her brand, Laura Lee Los Angeles, released this picture you're looking at right now, and supposedly this is a sneak peek of an eyeshadow product. Whether that product is a palette or part of a palette or maybe even single shadows is still not yet known, but it's coming out pretty soon. I'm assuming for holiday 2018, but I could be wrong. Either way, like I said, your girl is making a comeback this week. So yeah, whether you want her back or not, she's making her comeback. At the end of the day, if you don't like her and if you don't want to support her after what has happened, it's understandable. I'll get more into that in a second. But just remember to please, just don't give her any attention. Don't leave her hate comments. Don't dislike her videos. Just ignore her channel. Because even if you were to leave her 1,000 hate comments and 1,000 dislikes, that's still 1,000 points of engagement on her channel that you're giving her. You know what I mean? So just ignore her completely and just give that attention to somebody else that you truly do love the content of. Now, while we're on the subject of Laura Lee, I was poking around Morphe's website the other day and I realized something because I want to say it was like last month or the month before, I was on the Morphe website checking things out to see who is officially being taken off the Morphe website and things like that. And Laura and her products were removed a while ago. However, I went back yesterday and I saw that her products are now back on the website as well as her pictures. Nothing as of right now is in stock. It's all sold out, but I guarantee you in the next week or two, we'll see that change. But the one thing that's been consistent the entire time, because I've gone back just to be nosy and check, her coupon code, her discount code for Morphe has worked the entire time, even when they removed all her products and her pictures from the website. The new launch is either single shadows or a new palette, but I'm very curious to see what is gonna happen when this whole thing gets launched. Do you guys think that her initial apology and her actions or lack of action after the fallout with the Irrelevant 4 and all that bullshit happened, do you think all that will have an effect on her brand in the coming months. Leave your opinions down below. Staying on the topic of Morphe, I watched the Tati and Thomas Halbert collaboration video last week, and Tati surprised the shit out of me. She raised a very good point in regards to the Jaclyn Hill video when she talks about the Morphe situation with her releases and things like that. She brought up such an excellent point. I don't know how I didn't think about that before either, because I will admit, I was one of the people who was like, Jaclyn, what the fuck, you know? Tati says something on the lines of how she doesn't understand why people at Morphe, like the higher ups at Morphe, or even Linda herself, wasn't next to Jaclyn in that video, and why they made Jaclyn or let Jaclyn go into that video on her own when it's not her brand to begin with. I've seen little comments left here and there in my comment sections in regards to Jaclyn. People are speculating or saying that the reason why she does what she does and she goes so hard for Morphe is because she must own some part of Morphe to an extent. And I'm just like, do I believe that? No. But then again, I mean, she does go harder than anybody else in the community for a Morphe that I've seen, you know what I mean? So like, I can understand why people have those opinions and views. But do I think that's a real thing? No. But when I heard Tati say these things, and when those words left her mouth, this is the same Tati who stays in her lane, doesn't get involved in drama, doesn't speak on drama. This same Tati, when those words left her mouth, my jaw dropped, my phone dropped, and I gave her all of the claps for that. This is not me saying that Jaclyn should not be held accountable for her actions, because she truly has been very shady and very dishonest for a very long time. That we all know. It's been proven by her in most cases many times. Tati raised an excellent point that I think needs to be shouted from the rooftops, because it's a great point. Why is Jaclyn the only one facing such bad backlash from what has happened when it's not her brand? I'm hoping that hearing this from someone in the influencer community, someone that she may perhaps see as a friend or a colleague, whatever the case may be, will open her eyes a little bit more to the bullshit that Morphe is pulling. And it's unfortunately, for as long as she decides to stay with them and work with them, it's bullshit that she's co-signing every time she works with them or pushes their products. Do you agree with Tati? Do you disagree? Leave it down below. All right, so before we get into this last part, because people want to throw in the, well, because this person didn't say this or do this to this person, that instantly invalidates whatever they're saying kind of thing. No, that's not what we're doing here. That ain't it, sis. No, ma'am. Jackie posted this series of tweets the other night, and she directly tagged Jeffree Star in them. So you can see right here, this is the original post in which she tags Jeffree directly, and we move on to the rest of the tweets. She goes on to say, I would like to address something that unfortunately happens more often than it should. I have and will continue to be committed to supporting brands and content creators that champion inclusivity through messaging and actions. It's important to me as a person, woman, and a member of our beauty/influencer community to stand firmly by those values. Jeffree Star does not represent those values. I have not and will not excuse his blatantly racist behavior, not his past references to me in derogatory terms, his continued use of the N-word, nor his efforts to eliminate spaces and opportunities for people of color. No one in the community should feel that they are protected enough to continuously say things to make Black women feel ugly and ashamed in their own skin. This is sadly a privilege, and that some, Jeffree included, have abused for a very long time. In today's culture of authentic representation, we, as a beauty community, can only grow and thrive by refusing to accept bigotry in any form, no matter the brand or the person. If there's going to be a standard, let's raise it for everyone. Let's stop making exceptions for people just because we like the way they blend their eyeshadow. I hope moving forward we can do better and focus on making room for those with responsible voices and positive platforms. She tweets one more time and says, I'm not addressing this again. Please, in the future, no matter what changes, do not pressure, urge me, or force me to accept and forgive someone who will never accept someone like me. If a smear campaign follows my stance on this, ultimately, should maybe you question why every time someone professionally expresses concerns about this person, something Black women have the right to do, and yet I am way nicer than most, why they'd have to be punished for it. Now, I'm not sure why I have to keep making this point in every video that I mention Jackie in. It's probably because every time I do, there's always that group of people who want to go on the attack towards anybody who seems to support Jackie in any way, shape, or form. I do not agree with what Jackie did to Paige. I have said this a million times. I once again will link the videos down below in which I talk deeply about this subject. I believe that Jackie absolutely 100,000% owes Paige an apology for what she did. And you can keep tagging her in things on Twitter and posting on her comment section on YouTube under her videos saying that she needs to apologize to Paige. The more you do it, the more she's not going to do it, let's be honest, because now people are demanding it from her. And it's not an authentic apology. And if I were Paige, I wouldn't want an apology that's forced. I would want one that is honest and genuine from the person because they actually see that their actions were wrong. You know what I mean? Just because she has not issued an apology either publicly or privately or whatever the case may be, and she has not retracted any of the statements made against Paige, it does not mean that what she's saying right now in these tweets is completely invalidated, nor does it negate what she is saying in these things, because you know what? She's bringing up a very, very important point that I think needs to be addressed in the community, which I'm going to do right now. If you are someone who is perhaps waiting for Jackie to issue an apology to Paige, you're going to be waiting a very long time because she's made it abundantly clear that she's got no intention of apologizing to Paige, either privately or publicly. As a matter of fact, she just dismissed somebody who brought up the apology and how she owes Paige an apology. She dismissed him as being annoying and told her subscribers to ignore them. So yeah, that in and of itself, I think, speaks volumes about whether or not you should ever expect an apology for what was said. Unfortunately. Now, I obviously am not anyone close to Jackie. She has no idea who the fuck I am. So I have no idea what caused her to sit down and write out this whole thing and post it to Twitter and tag Jeffree in it. But obviously there has been an issue somewhere, whether it be on Twitter or YouTube, maybe everywhere she posts, with people who maybe perhaps are Jeffree stans or people who are her stans who are asking for her opinion on what has recently come up with Jeffree and this David guy. Or even worse than that, it's Jeffree stans attacking either her stans or attacking her for not using Jeffree products still or not supporting him still or accepting his apology. Either way, the one thing that needs to be made abundantly clear is the fact that Jackie has made abundantly clear that she does not support Jeffree. She doesn't like Jeffree. She will not use his products or endorse his products on her channel or any social media, and that's her decision, and that's okay. For what has happened and what he has done to her and said to her, she is absolutely well within her rights to feel that way. And there's not a single person on this planet who can change her mind or force her to feel some type of way about him. And honestly, quite frankly, it does not fucking matter how many public apologies that Jeffree has put online. He can apologize till his face turns blue or till hell freezes over 3 times, whichever one comes first. But that does not mean that people are obligated to automatically jump on the bandwagon again and say, you know what, I accept your apology, I support you again, let's move on past this. No. If you are not someone who is personally targeted or personally offended by the words or actions of someone, in this situation we'll go ahead and just use Jeffree as a reference since he is the main star of this whole thing, then you have absolutely zero room to sit there and try to force your beliefs and try to force someone who doesn't support him to support him just because he's apologized. No. Absolutely not. I feel like stans have become such a huge issue in the community because I have seen people get fucking viciously mean towards each other. And I have to admit, a lot of them are Jeffree Star stans. Unfortunately, every large creator has that sole little group of hardcore fans who go hard in the paint for these fucking people. And it's embarrassing to see just how nasty and vindictive these people can get over people who don't even know they fucking exist. Do you think that you being nasty or defending these people the way you are is gonna get you some sort of recognition or something? Like, do you want a fucking trophy for being a dick? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand the nastiness and the viciousness that comes from some people. And like I said, again, the majority of the ones that I've seen attacking people, even comments that aren't even nasty towards Jeffree, people simply saying, you know what, I choose to not support Jeffree. But it's mainly Jeffree people go hard for. And it's like, What are you doing? I don't know. I wish people, and this is wishful thinking, never gonna happen. Reel it in, crazy pants. I just wish people would just leave people alone, support who you want to support, and just zip it. That's it. There's no reason to go attack anybody for anything like that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And honestly, it doesn't make you look good. It doesn't make that fan base look good either. You know what I mean? Like, not everyone acts that way, but a good majority of the people who defend people like Jeffree especially, they don't give a fuck. They will attack you for anything. Like, the minute you mention Jeffree in a not so pleasing way, even if you're just saying that you don't support him, they go in, and it's like, why? Now, to end everything off, guys, I had so many people slide into my DMs the other night when this David dude went live, I guess, with Sam. I'm not sure what happened. No one has a screen recording somehow, but allegedly the David dude said the N-word with the hard R at the end. I had so many people message me in my DMs on Twitter, and I was like, does anybody have a screen recording? So if he did do that, that's fucking insane, number one. Number two, I kind of have a little bit more of a reason to believe that it is true because, like I said, a lot of you independently messaged me on your own and told me the same story. So it's like, you know, it like obviously something must have happened. But in regards to that situation, guys, this dude still has not uploaded a video to his YouTube channel. It's been well over 2 weeks now, I want to say. And people are now like, okay, like either talk about it and show us the fucking receipts or shut the fuck up and just move the fuck on. You know what I mean? Everyone has all these allegations slung around, and we have Jeffree over there fucking tweeting and deleting a bunch of allegations against Laura Lee, saying that he believes that she paid this David guy along with all her friends to expose all this bullshit and start this fiasco. Do I believe that? No. I understand why some of you may believe it because the timing is very suspicious, because now Laura is coming back in the midst of all this happening. I get it. It's suspicious. But do I believe she has anything to do with this? No. This is all Jeffree. Sorry. So I don't know, guys. That's all I have to say about that for today. And I guess that's the end of today's Spa Night Chit Chat video. But leave your thoughts down below. What do you guys think about everything? How do you feel about everything? And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you guys so, so much. Talk to you later. Bye.